Good day, everyone. I am Raeven Alexine Ramos, the leader of Group 4B, BSN 3A. Together with me are my members Maria Ella Pondevilla, Shaula Faye Sombria, Jazelle Tagle, and Danielle Villamaria. Together, we will be discussing our research study entitled The Self-Directed Learning Readiness Among Lasallian Nursing Students.
The purpose or the objective of the study. The researchers aim to determine if there was readiness for self-directed learning among Lasallian nursing students despite the sudden change of learning platforms to evaluate if students had a positive or a negative attitude towards initiating independent learning at home.
For the design, the research used a quantitative descriptive design which allowed the researchers to quantify, measure, and describe the current levels of self-directed learning readiness of Lasallian nursing students. This also used a survey method with a self-directed learning readiness modified standardized questionnaire which were given to the participants for them to answer.
For the participants, the researchers selected the Level 3 nursing students for the study. The researchers used Lowen's formula for the sample size. From a total population of 269, the sample size for the participants was 161 nursing students. Stratified random sampling was utilized to pick for the 161 participants.
Moving on to our research instrument. The study used a modified standardized questionnaire adapted from various studies with a 7-point Likert scale. Reliability was done through a pilot test on 25 nursing students, while validity was tested to the experts. The questionnaire was measured through Cranbrook's alpha test and Good and Skate scale, resulting in 0.89 good and 4.8 excellent respectively. For the statistical treatment of our study, the following tools were utilized. For specific objective number 1, the frequency and percentage tools were used. For specific objective number 2, the mean and standard deviation tools were used. For specific objective number 3, the chi-square test was used. And lastly, for specific objective number 4, the Mann-Whitney-U and Kruskal-Wallis tools were used.
Now for the results and discussion. First, we have the demographic profile of Lasallian nursing students according to age, sex, connectivity status, and section. The female participants outnumbered male participants. Majority of the participants were aged 21 years old. Most of the participants have limited internet connectivity and with mobile phones and gadgets. The highest number of participants came from section C, B, and F.
Specific objective, the level of self-directed learning readiness among Lasallian nursing students in terms of their attitude towards online learning has a mean score of 4.08, which indicates that it is at an average level. For the second construct, the level of self-directed learning readiness among Lasallian nursing students in terms of their digital engagement is at a very high level with a mean score of 6.01. With these results, it means that when taken collectively, the level 3 Lasallian nursing students has a high level of self-directed learning readiness, as it has a mean score of 4.88.
In terms of significant relationship between the level of self-directed learning readiness of Lasallian nursing students and the following profile variables of sex, age, connectivity status, and section, our study showed all profile variables showed no association with self-directed learning readiness. This meant that despite the sex, the age, connectivity status, and section, it did not affect the nursing student's level of self-directed learning readiness.
The results shown that there are no significant difference in the level of self-directed learning readiness in terms of the student's attitude towards online learning when grouped according to their sex, age, connectivity status, and section. It was also found that the connectivity status and section of the students affects their level of self-directed learning readiness in terms of their digital engagement, as results shown that there is a significant difference only in those variables.
Moving on to the conclusion, the research study entitled Self-Directed Learning Readiness among Lasallian nursing students showed that there is a high level on digital engagement and an average level on attitude towards online learning. When taken collectively, it resulted in a high level on self-directed learning readiness. There is no significant difference shown towards the nursing students' digital engagement and attitude towards online learning in terms of their sex and age. It was also revealed that connectivity status is a crucial factor in the online learning process, and it affects both the digital engagement and self-directed learning of nursing students. Despite the varying connectivity status that the students may have, it does not affect their attitude towards online learning. Furthermore, the varying sections do not display any direct effect on their attitude towards online learning. However, it affected their digital engagement. And lastly, there is no significant relationship between the demographic variables of the study and the level of self-directed learning readiness of the nursing students.
For the recommendations to improve the self-directed learning readiness of the nursing students, the group would like to recommend the following two. For the students and parents to strive for a better connectivity status to further improve the online class experience of the students. For the instructors and the institution to monitor and implement measures to aid students with their connectivity status. To develop structured, evidence-based, and systematic plans of modifications and enhancements in the learning system. Digital engagement enhancement classes or topics could be provided and reviewed to the students. For the future researchers to explore different variables in conducting a study regarding the level of self-directed learning readiness. To explore and broaden the lens of this research topic by investigating the self-directed learning readiness of students of the different sections of a program program or a course, to conduct additional studies to identify varying constructs that affect the nursing students' self-directed learning readiness.